Hey guys, it's Ren from Makeup by Ren, and if you want to see my Eve Pearl foundation tutorial, stay tuned for more. Hey guys, so today I'm going to do a really basic video. It's going to be a foundation tutorial. I've done a couple of foundation tutorials already, but this one's a little different. Today I will be using Eve Pearl's HD Dual Foundation. This is in tan. And you guys know that I'm a huge Eve Pearl fan. I've been talking about it forever on Twitter and on my blog and on YouTube. So I got the foundation and I'm really excited because I finally have the right shade. Initially I thought I was medium, but I'm actually the tan color. Even in winter, I'm the lightest shade of the tan color. And now that I'm even more tan because of the summer, I'm definitely this shade. And I'm going to show you how to apply this foundation because it is a cream foundation, and hopefully you guys will learn something. And let's go ahead and get started. So first off, you're going to start with a clean face. I have no makeup on, but I'm going to go ahead and start off with the Eve Pearl Priming Moisturizer. This is an awesome product because it's a dual purpose. It has the moisturizer and the primer. So I'm going to put this on a palette. You can apply this to your hands if you want. As you can see, it's pretty runny, so be very careful because there have been many times where I've just kind of tilted it over and things just kind of fall out. So be careful about that. And here it is. It's kind of like the consistency of oil of Olay if you use that. I'm going to use the foundation brush, the Sigma SS190, to apply my moisturizer. Again, if you want, you can use your hands. So I'm applying it all over my face. Even if you have oily skin, it's important to apply moisturizer. Make sure to bring it down into the neck area. Okay, now after you let that dry for a little bit, if you have oily skin, this is a good step for you, and that's to apply anti-shine. And this is the Eve Pearl Anti-Shine in light/medium. And what you would do is just basically apply it to the areas of your face which get oily, which tend to be in the T-zone, which is the forehead and down the nose and on the cheeks. So I'm going to apply this as well. It's a colored kind of gel, and it also comes in tan/dark. And I'm just going to apply it to the areas which would get oily. I'm dabbing in my foundation brush and I'm going on my nose, and it's very cooling too, so it feels really good in the summer. On my cheeks, on my chin, and on my forehead. So you have your primer, your moisturizer, your anti-shine. Let's go ahead and finally move on to the foundation. As you can see, it has two colors. We have a lighter side and a darker side. And the reason for this is kind of to help you out. I know, like myself, a lot of people, we don't stay the same color year round. You tend to be lighter in the winter and then you darken a little bit in the summer. So the two shades can be mixed and matched to get your perfect shade. There's also a light and a dark shade to help you contour if you want to go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead and start by matching. I'm going to use a little spatula because I don't want to get my bacteria into the foundation. But if it's your own, you can go ahead and use a brush directly into it. If you're a makeup artist, this is probably what you're going to do. So first I'm going to start off with a light and get just a little bit. And I'm applying it to a palette. And I'm going to test this onto this area right here to see if it matches. So I'm getting a little bit on. And as you can see, it's right here. Even when I blend it in a little bit, I can see that's a little bit too light. So that's not going to work for me. So I'm going to get a little bit of the tan, get a little bit on my spatula, and put it on the palette. I'm going to repeat the same process. So I'm putting it right here, and I notice that this is a little bit too dark. So I'm going to blend both of the colors together to get my perfect shade. So as you can see, I blended the light and the dark, and it kind of blends right into my jawline. So now I know my shade is a combination of the light and dark side. So this is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to get 1 scoop of the light right here, and then I'm going to get 1 scoop of the dark. So it's equal parts, and I'm going to apply it to my palette and mix it together. So here's my shade mixed together right here. If you didn't want to wear this in the cream state, you could also put some moisturizer onto this and mix it, and you'd get like an instant tinted moisturizer, which is a good idea for the summer. I'm going to show you how to apply it in a cream state. So I have my my right color, so I'm going to go ahead and apply it all over. I'm just using brush strokes, kind of short brush strokes, to make sure that you don't get any lines in your face, and make sure to also get underneath your eyes and on your eyelids. Also make sure to blend it down and past your jawline so you don't get that mask look. And also make sure to blend it into your hairline. So I put it on my face. I really didn't use that much. I probably used the size of like a little tiny pea, but you know, you want your foundation to look like skin. So this is what Eve Pearl suggests to do. You're going to go ahead and take one of these latex sponges. You can get these anywhere. You can even get them at the dollar store. And you're going to use this to blend in your foundation even more so than you did with the brush. So what you're going to do is take some water. You can also use MAC Thick Plus. And you're going to wet the sponge with a couple of sprays to dampen it. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to blend everything together. And this is going to blend it a little bit more, but it's also going to sheer out the foundation just a little bit. So that way your skin melts into the foundation and vice versa, and it looks a lot more natural that way. It looks like I'm not even wearing makeup. And that's it. Another step that I would recommend, especially if you have a little bit of dark circles, is to use the Eve Pearl Salmon Concealer, and this is a must-have in my own personal makeup kit. I love it that much. And as the years go by, I tend to get more darker circles here, especially as I don't sleep. So I'm going to apply this after I apply the foundation. And the reason is because your foundation is going to do a little bit of concealing on its own. So I'm going to apply it on top. There are times when I do put this first, but I'm just showing you the Eve Pearl method so you can see a different way. So I'm using a concealer brush and I'm patting it under. This is the SS194, and I'm patting it because I want it to have a lot of coverage. If you sweep it like this, it's going to sheer it out, and people always say, I can't cover up the dark circles, but it's because you really have to pat it. And that's how you get it to really cover. So I'm doing a dabbing motion. And now I'm just kind of patting it all over, and I'm even using my finger to kind of make everything blend in. Like that. And you do the other side. You really don't need a lot, and actually, the less you use the better, because too much can tend to kind of cake into the lines underneath our eyes. And I'm taking my finger and I'm blending out the edges by just kind of rolling it into place. So there's that. If you want, you can go back with a sponge and kind of just blend it into the rest of the foundation. And then the under eye circles should be gone at that point. And I'm going to show you another extra step. If you want to go the extra mile and go beyond just applying the foundation, what you can do is contour it with the lighter and the darker shade. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So what you would do is, Eve Pearl does a reverse contouring method where she puts dark on the cheeks and then light underneath them. Or if you want, you can switch it up. It's up to you. I'm going to do it how I usually do it. And I'm going to apply dark underneath my cheeks, right under this contour, because that's where shadows usually hit, and that's where I want the darkest foundation, and that's going to make it mimic like high cheekbones with the shadow right here. So I'm just kind of painting it on. And it's not way darker than my own skin tone, so it looks pretty natural. I'm also going to take a little bit and get it onto my jaw. Like that. And then I'm going to bring some onto my temples. Now I'm going to take a little bit of the light and I'm going to bring that with the same brush right on top of my cheekbones right here. Like that. And a little bit down the bridge of my nose and onto the middle of my forehead. Maybe a little bit on the chin. And all you need is this one compact and you instantly have a foundation / contouring tool. So I'm going to go back with my wet sponge, maybe wet it a little bit more. This is just a spray bottle that I have from Bed Bath & Beyond. And now I'm just going to lightly blend it in. And I'm using little sweeping motions. I'm not doing it really hard because I'm not trying to remove the foundation, but I am trying to blend everything in. And this looks very, very natural. So it's like very subtle so people won't be able to tell that you're wearing makeup. And you can always go back with your foundation if you feel like you missed any spots or you kind of took away too much. Go back with your foundation and just kind of dot it around those areas. Like I always have a little bit of redness right here. So I'm going back and just kind of putting it right there. If you have a particular like acne scar, just go ahead and just kind of tap it back. You can even use the salmon concealer to touch up certain blemishes too if you want. So that's it. It was really quick and easy. What you do lastly to make sure this lasts, especially in the summer heat, is set it with a powder. I don't have the Eve Pearl pressed powder, but I do have this one which I use regular, which is the MAC Mineral Skin Finish Natural. And I'm just going to apply it all over my face, just kind of especially in the areas that we know we're going to get oily, and just dab a little bit. You don't really need a lot. And if the foundation seems like it might not be your color instantly, give it a couple of minutes to set in because our skin tends to react with the foundation and it tends to melt in and match better over time. So this is my Eve Pearl foundation tutorial. Looks pretty natural, right? And I definitely would recommend this if you want it for yourself or if you're a makeup artist. It's really simple and easy, and the fact that it's a cream makes it super versatile because you can use it for heavy coverage or you can thin it out and use it even as a tinted moisturizer or as a liquid foundation. And it also comes with its own sponge too, so you can use the sponge, dampen it, and blend everything out if you don't want to use one of these. But make sure to change this out regularly so you don't harvest bacteria in here. So I hope that guys helped you out. Check out Eve Pearl at evepearl.com. She has amazing stuff. And check out a full entry at makeupbyrenren.com. Until next time, have a great night. Ciao, Bellas.